Good job, Daddy.
All right.
All right, let's go get this done.
Beef is good, but
Venison is better.
So it's Friday afternoon. I shot a little doe with my bow last Sunday, so it's been on ice all week draining, and today is the day to go ahead and process it.
It's deer processing day.
It's deer processing day.
It's one of our favorite days of the year, right?
DPD.
DPD.
I just made that up. So we got it off the bone, or we got it quartered up and everything Sunday night. So there's part of it still on the bone. We're going to kind of go in an order. We're going to start with the back straps.
Right.
The tenderloin, things that are already loose off the bone, and then we'll go ahead and package those. And then as that gets done, we'll go ahead and cut stuff off the bone.
Yeah.
Depending on what it's going to be used for, we'll cube it up if we are going to grind it.
Right.
And then we'll put it in a lug, and then we'll grind it.
Right.
We'll package it, make it burgers.
So this year we're going to do, obviously, tenderloin backstrap in packages. We're going to do stew meat in packages. We're not doing any roasts this year. We're going to do some jerky.
Yes.
Which we really like. So just cut it up for jerky. I'd like to go ahead and just season it before we stick it in the freezer if possible. And then one of the newest things that we've been doing is making already like pre-made burger patties, like venison burger patties. So we'll add spices and Worcestershire and all that to the burgers and pre-make the burgers before we package them in the freezer. So that's been amazing.
Nice and easy just to put it right on the grill. So.
Yeah, so anyway, we know what we like, and we kind of just go from there.
One thing that I want to show you is the flat iron steaks.
Oh yeah.
So last year was the first time we did the flat iron steaks. It's a little bit of a process to get them out of the scapula, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. So I do want to show you how to do that for sure. So you get 2 steaks out of each side. They're not very big.
Nope.
But they're really, really good.
They
well
were great.
worth the extra work of getting them out. So
Yeah.
anyways, we'll show you that. And
We got
then
our-
the whole process.
Yeah.
It's a process.
It's a process. We got our coffee. We usually have a movie playing.
Coffee.
We don't yet. Maybe I'll convince him to watch a Hallmark movie while we're deer processing.
No.
If I have to process
Mandalorian.
deer, you can
Star Wars
watch
Rebels,
a Hallmark movie. Anyway, we're gonna get
Hunting
going.
shows.
We'll see you.
So the good thing about Hallmark movies is if you've seen one, you've seen them all because they're all exactly the same.
No, they're not the same.
All right, we'll get back with you.
We'll see.
All right, so we're gonna figure out which is our tenderloin. Start with the back strap. Oh, beautiful. Let's see, that's the neck meat right there. Here's the other back strap. Oh, beautiful.
Good eating.
Yeah. There.
That's the heart.
That's delicious.
Ugh. Ugh.
You don't know.
You don't know. Are you gonna find it?
It's in here.
Maybe it's not. It's not.
There it is. Okay, perfect.
All right.
We'll start with that.
Okay.
All right, so when you have your back straps, and what is so important to do is get all of this silver skin off of it. I have been to people's houses and they are cooking backstrap up that they have taken to the processor and they've gotten it back, and the processor has, all they've done is just cut it up and they've not even taken the silver skin off of it. If you leave the silver skin on there, it's not going to taste good because it has a bad flavor to it. So it amazes me that you would spend the money and take it to a processor and they don't even know to cut the silver skin off. Or if they do know, they just don't take the time to do it. But several times, and then so that gives, that kind of gives the venison a bad name, right? Because you take it to the processor and then you get it back and you're like, oh, I'm going to try these back straps because the back straps are what's supposed to be the best. And then you get it out and you don't know any better and then you're just like, oh, it tastes bad. The venison is not very good, and then people get a bad taste of it, and it's not bad. It's great. I actually like venison better than I like beef, and we like beef in this house. But anyways, yeah, you got to cut all this silver skin off, or it will not be good. So anyhow,
So babe, you hear about Pluto?
it's messed up.
It's messed up. Are we almost done?
Almost. See there, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be delicious. We should just cook that right now. Looks good. Okay, are you packaging
I'm
up
packaging.
there? Okay. Well, slowly but surely.
Okay.
Sometimes I will say that doing it yourself, sometimes you can get a little bit too picky on what you're taking off, and it might just take you even longer just because you're being a little too picky.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Yep.
if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do.
Right.
So,
Oh, that tenderloin looks good.
does it?
Yep. Ew.
What?
Are you drinking it with deery hands?
Okay, so we have the heart here. Look at that beautiful piece of meat right there. Looks great. Okay, so we have cooked up javelina heart at, we went javelina hunting out in Arizona, down by Mexico, and cooked that up just right off the animal. But we just cut it, like quartered it up, and then just put some steak seasoning on it, and put it on the little propane grill, and just grilled it, and I mean, it's good. But we have to kind of figure out other ways to cook it around here because of
The wife. The wife. Let's just say it.
Because of the wife.
I do not
Anywho.
personally enjoy eating heart. I feel like it should be ground up and put in with the burger so you don't waste it, but I don't particularly enjoy the texture. It's not the flavor, it's the texture.
It does have a bit of a different texture.
It's like a
It's like eating a
portobello
heart.
mushroom.
It is much like a portobello mushroom. That's the texture.
Right. And we-
Okay, so I talked about the flat iron steak earlier. So this is the front leg, and this is the scapula, correct?
I
This
think
is the
so.
scapula.
I think so.
So I am going to dive in and get the flat iron steak out of there. You know, I'm finding the older I get and the more we talk about processing deer or whatever it is, that people have different names for stuff and people do things differently. So if you do this and you call it something different, well, that's fine too. But this was just what somebody called it on a video that we watched a couple years ago. So the scapulas, you can feel that hard part, the bone that is raised up. So I'm going to get rid of some of this silver skin that's on the outside first, and then just follow that bone, and it cuts off really nicely. It cuts away from the bone very nicely, and it makes it really easy. Before, we would just grind all this. And man, I'm telling you, it is well worth doing the little extra work.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to find that ridge, and then I'm just going to take my knife, and I'm going to follow it. And then as I pull, I'm just going to get my knife right along the bottom, and I'm just going to keep cutting right along there. Look at this.
It looks tender.
Look at that. It looks nice. It almost looks like the tenderloin.
It does.
So I'm going to finish cleaning this right up right here, and then there's a pretty big tendon or something right in there. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. But that's just one side of it, and then you can see you have the other side. It's a narrower strip, but anyhow, it's really good, well worth it, and yeah.
Another way to cut it and use it.
Yeah. It just,
And And I am working on cutting up, I think this would be the arm roast right now, into stew meat. And so we're gonna just package it and call it good. We are not huge roast fans of even with beef, so I would much rather have the stew meat or the cubed meat available for like beef stew, beef stroganoff, things like that. So we're working on that.
Yeah, we end up with lots of stew meat and ground meat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our ground
Yes.
venison right here that we've got cubed up. I mean, they're about 1 inch cubes.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
And so now we have all that, and then we're gonna cut this pork butt up. We did purchase this.
Mhm.
Cut this pork butt up and mix it about 70-30.
Right.
That looks pretty close.
Pretty close. Close
Pretty
enough.
close. Yeah.
We don't really measure exact.
Yeah.
We just want a little bit of fat in there so that when we're making burgers
Yeah.
and it's not super lean, right?
So, and then another thing on your measuring, it depends on how long you've been sitting here
Yes.
cutting this up, is how much you really, really want to consider. You know, maybe you're just like, I don't care, just throw it in there. We've been sitting here for 3 hours, so.
That's
anyways.
right. By the end of the cutting it off the bone process, we're not being too choosy.
That's right. We're not being real picky.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, here we go. So we have our venison mixed with our pork right here. And then, so this next process is going to go from here, and then we're going to put it in the grinder. And then it's going to do one grind into here. And then we're going to switch out the grind plates after we run this one first. Then we'll put a smaller one in there. See the difference here? We'll put a smaller one in, and then we will run it directly into the bag.
Except for the burgers that we're going to make.
Except for the burgers, yeah.
The hamburgers.
So then that other plate will be there, and then this, and then we'll run it directly into the bags.
This is the hard part because we're getting tired. We've just cut up all the meat, and this is a daunting task to
It
cut
is.
all of this up.
Yep.
By the time we're done, we'll be over it, but it's exciting.
It is. It's exciting.
We're gonna get it done.
Okay, so here we go. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. You want me to feed or fluff?
I think I usually feed it, right? You ready?
Yep. One down, honey. I really like this little bag, like tie system. So I guess it's not a tie, it's just tape.
Tapes.
And so it tapes the bags together. You just feed it right through there and it just tapes it just like that. So that's been really handy over the years. It doesn't work exactly the way I think it's supposed to, but that's okay. It's better than nothing. Better than tying them already. I think we did twist ties the first year, and it's
Yeah.
anything that you can do to eliminate a step is good,
Yep.
right?
And the first year we used the grinder on the KitchenAid.
Yes, that was miserable.
It was miserable. Get something better if you're gonna do this.
Yeah. I'm gonna put these in the freezer so they're not getting warm real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da! Okay, so we're done. Yay, we're done. Right. So we ended up coming out with 16 bags of
Ground.
ground.
So that's
So that's
16 pounds or 1
16
pound bags.
1 pound bags. We also came out with about, what did we decide, 16 pounds of burger patty?
No, about 4 pounds. We probably got about 20 pounds of ground
20
altogether.
pounds of ground. And then we've got 2 big packages of venison jerky. And then we also have 9 packages of stew meat. And then we also have 3 packages of backstrap and a couple tenderloins, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty darn good. And we have freezer space for it all, which is a miracle because
Yes.
we just slaughtered a steer. So that's it. We're happy.
Yes.
We're happy to be done. Now we have to clean up, but we're at least done.
We spent, how long did we spend doing this?
So we started at 3. It's almost 9.
Oh
6
my
hours.
gosh. 6 hours,
6 hours.
right? I mean, it's pretty hard work,
Yeah. It's time consuming.
but
6 hours is a drop in the bucket.
think of the hours and hours and hours it took me to hunt that deer. Practice shooting my bow. I mean, you can't just pick up a bow and just go kill something. So the hours I had to put into practice,
That's
and the
rough.
hours that I had to put into go and sit in the cold Texas weather
Oh yeah.
to shoot that thing.
Yeah, this really terrible, brutal 70-degree weather.
Hey. And then, so this is the truth. I shot the deer.
Yeah.
Jennifer helped me gut it.
Mm-hmm.
Quarter it up, skin it, quarter it up,
Mm-hmm.
put it in the cooler,
Yep.
and now process it. So the only thing that she didn't do is
Shoot it.
shoot it. So, anyways,
I'm so thankful because all that venison in the freezer. I mean, I know we have beef, but we really truly enjoy the venison and like I said, I grew up on it. It's really exciting when you know how to use it and it's in our freezer ready to go. So I love that part. I love it. It makes my life easier making meals for my family. So
perfect. It's
Yeah.
great. So now, I go get more dead things in the morning.
nope, not
Yep.
not gonna eat
Duck
duck.
is her favorite
Not gonna
thing.
eat duck. Never gonna eat duck. Never.
It's
ever.
her favorite. It's her favorite.
I'm having a bowl of ice cream.